What's going on, everybody? It's Karl here, and today we're back working on the Focus today. So I got the transmission right here on the ground. It is off the workbench in the back. I used the engine hoist to get it off. I had to make kind of a bunch of space on the floor so I could turn this engine hoist around, grab it, and then turn it around again on this sketchy floor with a lot of cracks and but we got it. Now it's sitting on the transmission jack here. So the idea is if I can get this kind of rolled under the car, then we can come around the front with the engine hoist and lift it in. And we got to do a few extra things too. On the clutch, there's an arrow, and on the flywheel, I think there's another arrow, and you have to line them up. Very important. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, getting this under the car, that's the plan. Now that's easier said than done. I know obviously the strut, I may take the strut out just so I have a little more room, maybe take out that control arm because I am replacing the control arms anyways. So not a big deal there. And, try that. I don't know yet fully what I'm going to do, but I do see there is the subframe where the front of the control arm mounts. That will be maybe in the way, but I think just getting that whole knuckle and strut assembly out might create, and the control arm, that might create a lot of room to kind of roll it in through the side. And yeah, since I don't have the height of the car high enough to roll it under the front bumper or anything, that's kind of the route I might have to take. So who knows? Also, I got one other thing. I got some very bad news. And it really is a blow. You guys know I have this Suzuki Quad Sport 400. Well, it's May, right? So let's get the battery in it, take it for a ride, right? Because I did a fresh oil change on it, I want to say in August or something. And, I didn't really ride it that much after that. So, I figured it'd be okay. Well, we were riding around for a while. It was, working great. And then we wanted to take a quick trip up to the campground that's on the South Lake. And when we left there, it started bogging and then died. And unfortunately, the motor is seized up now. We tried jumping or like pull starting it and, clutch dropping it into second, and nothing. The wheels won't even turn. So that tells me the motor seized up, and that's not good. And we think it's low on oil, but we don't see any leaks or anything. So, it could be low on oil. It could have burned the oil, or it could be that new carburetor that I put in, and maybe that was running too lean. I don't know. So eventually we'll get that torn down and figure out what happened. But for now, it's just going to sit, and it's unfortunate. I'm out of ATV, so it sucks. It really, really sucks. But whatever. Yeah, so one thing at a time, right? I kind of want to get this Focus done, and then get that Aveo done, and then move on to that. I got some bigger needs I need to deal with first. So, yeah, unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? I guess you could say I've been very unlucky with things with motors in the last month or two. I lost the silver Saturn, or I lost the red Saturn. I had to scrap that. Silver Saturn I had to fix, because I had no choice. Obviously, having this transmission go out on this Focus, yeah, it's just been a whole fucking shit show. But, we'll always get it done. So, all right. So I'm going to kind of brainstorm how I'm going to get this in first, and I'll get back to you guys what I've come up with. All right. So I started taking apart the cowl here, and I got you got to loosen one bolt here with a ratcheting wrench, and then lift up the cowl. There'll be a bolt here and a bolt back here to loosen that strut. So it's all loose, and it's just sitting here by the tie rod and the sway bar link. You got to loosen up the brake line just so you don't really pull on it or anything. And then pretty much undo all the ABS harness so you got max movability. As you can see, I have the transmission somewhat in the car, I would say. So when you loosen the strut, you gotta swing it all the way over. So you're gonna take your transmission jack, which I'm done using. It's under the car, but you're gonna have the transmission on it, swing this out of the way, and kind of roll it in and turn it, and then you can start to go up. Okay. What I did from there, if I get the light here, I took out the top motor mount bracket, which this bracket goes over it, I think like this, and then you see that, right? So take that bracket off, and then this will be right underneath it. You can just pull it out, get it out of the way, because what you're going to want to do when you're trying to shimmy this into place is you're going to need a big pry bar, because that top mount right there, that's what goes to that motor mount. You want room to wiggle the transmission around. So so once you get close to getting it in, there's a little trick, and you're not going to be able to see it, but on your flywheel down there, you're going to see that there's a white arrow. So you want to turn the motor so you can see that white arrow. And then on the new clutch, there's a black arrow. It's going to be next to a stud that goes into the flywheel that you bolt together. You want to line those arrows up, because if you don't, I think it's some about the balancing, I think. So if you don't, it could be catastrophic. So then once you get those, the stud and the hole and the flywheel and all that, now we can start to push the transmission back onto the motor. And it took me a little bit to figure out a kind of a strategy to getting it to kind of mate back together. But once you kind of get the right angle of the motor, and then kind of the right height with the engine hoist, that's, like I said, once you get it close, maybe you can like start one bolt somewhere so it stops moving around. I found that just getting one up here started, which I think that's the wrong bolt. I think I need to put this in, because one, it's shorter, and that, I think that's the stud for the battery. But that's all right. I didn't really tighten it. I just wanted a bolt with some threads in there, just to kind of hold the transmission in place so it's not moving all the way around. And then once you kind of get it more mated up, get a second bolt in, say on the bottom, because that's the easiest to access. And then if, you might have to do some wiggling after that. And that's why the pry bar, you just put your pry bar down in here like so, and you can see all that movement. That's what you want. And once you get that put together, then you're good to go. And then you just got to do all the bolts, all the bell housing bolts. And then don't forget to do the clutch nuts, obviously. But yeah, so we got it in. Next step is to get all the mounts situated, do the bell housing bolts, do the mounts, and then we'll move on from there. But she is, I would say it was a little tricky, especially by myself. There's, I wish I had 3 hands, you know what I mean? Or 4. It would have been way easier. Plus, I needed a spotter to read the flywheel, because I already knew where the clutch stud was with the arrow. I just needed a spotter to, as I turned the motor over, with a ratchet on the crank pulley for them to tell me to stop, and everything's lined up. So yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna pluck along and get it all bolted up, and then this video is getting kind of long, so I think we'll just call it after that, and then we'll do another video on this later. All right, so I got all the bell housing bolts in, and I got them all pretty much torqued. I pretty much tighten it by hand, and they're only 35 foot-pounds, so you don't really have to reef on them too much. But like I said earlier, this video is getting kind of long, so I think I'm gonna end it here. We're at a good stopping point because now I got to do all the clutch nuts, and we'll do the starter, and then we'll do the intake, and then we'll kind of start figuring out where all this kind of wiring routes. I'm guessing with the starter in and everything, it'll be a lot easier to figure out. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. And if you guys need AMSOIL products, swing on over to my website. It's www.nextgensynthetics.com. Get you some AMSOIL. Helps me out, helps the channel. And I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching again. See you guys in the next one.